this is Ojas. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. Today I have Tanvee with me. Tanvee Kakati, welcome.
Thank you, Ojas. Hello, everybody.
So, this is one of the first in-person conversations I'm having. I've had a few of them through Zoom, through an online meeting, but it's really a different experience to do it in person, live. Really glad to have you here in person.
Thank you. I'm so honored that you invited me.
So, Tanvi has been practicing meditations for a long time. She has led meditation sessions. She's a meditation teacher, a healer in the making. She loves following certain rituals during special occasions, like the moon cycles. As you know, I am quite enthusiastic about full moons and new moons, and so is Tanvi. So I thought it would be nice to have her with us on this special full moon day and get to hear firsthand from her about her takes, your takes about the significance of full moon for you, how you have treated it over times, the kind of practices you do. Yeah? So are we all ready? Okay, let's do it. So, yeah, we've been in touch, I know a little bit about you. I've seen you doing these moon rituals and stuff. So, can you share some of your experiences, like what does full moon mean to you? And when did you start paying attention to it? What does the moon mean to you?
All right. So, firstly, moon is the symbol of beauty. Moon is the symbol of feminine energy. And moon is the symbol of emotions, intuition, creativity, instincts. So, as a creative person myself, I have always been connected with the moon very, very closely. Without even knowing, I have been a fan of the nighttime. Somehow, unknowingly, since I was a student, I used to work more during the night times. I used to be somehow more creative. My mind would work better during that time. It's the time of heightened emotions as a creative person, as a person who is into music. I often use the night time for creating such things. So that is how the moon has been significant in my life. For me, it represents love. For me, it represents friendship. You must have experienced it yourself, that why is it so that during night time, especially when you can see the moon, you feel more romantic. You feel more connected with the love energy, the emotions. It can be joy, it can be sorrow, there's a more mellow energy to it. So that's how my connection has been with it. I always go for a walk under the moon every night. We have a huge terrace by God's grace, and it's beautiful to walk under it. So that's how my connection with moon has been. And from when I have started to understand its power is when I started my journey of healing and personal development. That's when I understood how it affects our emotions and how much significant the moon energy is. The full moon means the completion of a cycle. So during this time, you can see that there is an heightened awareness of your emotions. Full moon is the feminine energy, as I said, connected with emotions. You can see high tides during this time, right? Why is it so? Because the moon's magnetic field is so powerful at that time. We all are nothing but energy. We all are connected through the energy source. So whenever there is full moon, you can automatically see the water level rises, there are high tides, and we human beings, we are 70% water. So we also feel that rush of emotions during this time. It can be good, it can be bad, and we need to be aware of that emotions. I realized it over time that the more aware you are, the better it is for you, because it is also a way of releasing,
Hmm.
ending something. It is a process of birth, it is a process of renewal. So during this time, when you're aware of what is happening, what is it that you're feeling, what you want to feel, what you don't want to feel. So, what you don't want to feel, why is it occurring in your life? It's a time of reflection. It is a time of relaxing and being with yourself, being kind to you, being kind to your emotions, releasing things from the past, releasing what may be bothering you, and also creating the space to understand what I want and set such intentions, because it is a powerful, powerful time, because of the energy cycle during this time, and a very good time to also manifest what you actually desire by setting your intentions out correctly. So, that is how my understanding of the full moon energy has evolved over time.
Wow, it's like a very long answer and so many different things to piece out of this. So you started off by saying that it stands for feminine energy, for there is a spiritual significance to it. You shared about your love for nighttime, it being romantic. Yeah, there is definitely a sense of like a romantic element just looking at the moon, or it has been uh, linked with there is a kind of romantic feeling of nights, especially under the moonlight. Then you mentioned about the connection with healing. You mentioned about different things you can do, time for release, time for birth, so many things over there. I hope that the viewers were able to catch in on all of that. I think we need to kind of go a little more in detail about a couple of them. I would like to personally, and I do resonate with a lot of it myself. I do follow the moon cycles. I have realized this thing about heightened emotion that you mentioned. I definitely feel it myself. What I have felt is that during the full moon, if you're going in a good momentum, then that positive momentum can get amplified. And if you are not balanced in your energies, then that imbalance can get magnified. And I've tried to research into exactly the reason for that. You mentioned the high tides, and the human body is 70% water. So, is it a high tide in the body? And how we can make the most of these cycles, this whole kind of intense time in the full moon. I like to look at it from a kind of a research and reflective perspective. And Tanvi, I think you are a lot more kind of internal reflection and intuition, tapping into that perspective. So I'll ask you a couple of questions about that. So firstly, I want to know, like, personally, what does full moon mean to you, inside you, in a spiritual way, or in whatever way, and how do you feel that it actually impacts you?
Okay, so for me, full moon is a very, very powerful time, and according to the Hindu tradition, full moon stands for the Purnima, and Purnima is considered to be a very auspicious time. And I come from Assam, and today is Maghi Purnima, so it is a very auspicious day. So it's a day to do good things, especially pujas and sub worships.
Okay.
So why is it so? It's because of the positioning of the moon and the sun, right? During full moon, the moon and the sun are just opposite to each other. And the whole universe is nothing but energy, and the energy in two forms, the masculine and the feminine energy, the yin and the yang energy. The sun stands for the masculine energy, the moon stands for the feminine energy. So it is the time when you need to balance both.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that is most important.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a time for cleaning.
Okay.
So, as I said, it is a very good time to release the emotions which are not serving you,
Mm-hmm.
to release the past memories which are not serving you.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing which really helps during this process is spending some time with the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Many people call it like you're cleaning with the moon energy, you're connecting with it. So it is a process of cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, during this time, I like to spend time with myself. It is not a time to be in a hurry. It is not a time to expect too much from yourself, because though human beings are very intelligent, very sharp, we are organized, we are logical, but at the same time, not everything is understood.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of unknown things inside us which show up during this phase.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
definitely.
yeah, many a times you feel that, okay, why am I feeling so restless? You know, what is it? And then you get suddenly are aware that, okay, this is the full moon time. You know, so it's not like some superstitious thing, or we are not calling it a belief. It is not a belief, it is a science. It is happening. So during this time, it's very important to relax, to take yourself slow, and to watch your emotions. What are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
And then clean the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the concept of burning is very important. So burning means releasing something. So you can write down the things that is bothering you, and then you can write it in a piece of paper and then just burn it, and
Right.
that can be a ritual. Or you can light some beautiful scented candles.
Okay.
You can light some tea lights, and
Okay.
you can sit in that soft energy of light, and you can use incense sticks, you can use
Okay.
essential oils.
So different forms of burning.
Different forms of burning. And it also makes you aware of your senses.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you burn an incense in your room, do you feel a change? I know that you are a fan of different kinds of incense sticks, and currently you're in Dharamshala, and it's a place where you find a lot of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
So do you feel a change in the energy of the space when you light incense sticks?
Personally, me, I think so. I'm a fan of the fragrance part of it, and I feel that adds a different dimension to the space you're in, because we see the world through our senses. And
Yeah.
thanks for the question, by the way. So I'm either burning incense or some Tibetan different kind of incense. I know, Tanvi, you like to burn dhoop as well, probably.
Agarbatti and
Yeah. And then we have the typical kind of oil diffuser. So yeah, it brings in I guess this sense of fire or burning is kind of sense of aliveness, right? Like it's moving, it's bringing about this kind of dynamism
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
So you like doing it during full moon?
Yeah. And I can personally sense the shift in the energy when I do these. And there can be many others. There are many others, and different people follow different rituals if they are into it. Many people just do a lot of meditation during this time. We have full moon meditations. So you can do anything whichever serves you, whatever connects well with you. For me, this whatever I have shared, that resonates with me, and I really the fragrances, the whole energy of light and burning, it sort of brings, as you said, an aliveness. Our senses are awakened.
Yes.
There is a shift in the energy, and I can bet when you do this, you cannot feel restless or negative.
Okay.
Because that
So it also has a
energy
calming
is,
effect, a balancing effect.
yes, you feel calmer, at least to some extent. That tension, that worry, anxiety, restlessness, sadness, whatever you're feeling, it'll definitely go away if you do any of it.
Right.
Or even if none, if you just sit with yourself and watch what you're feeling, even that helps. The whole point is that during this time, it's important to know that there is a shift happening. Many people may not realize.
Right.
And it's okay, because I personally, it happens that sometimes I don't even realize that, oh, it's full moon.
Yeah.
But sometimes I am so aware that some shifts are happening.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I know that, okay, this is the full moon time.
Exactly.
So whenever that happens, it's good to follow something, and the most important thing and the best thing to do is sit with yourself. मैं बार I'm talking about incense sticks and burning and all, but if you do all that and you don't sit with yourself, you're not aware what is happening, then it doesn't make any sense. The whole point
absolutely.
is for you to connect with yourself better during this time.
Yes.
And try to bring that balance within yourself. So that is the main thing.
Absolutely, yeah. So very well pointed out. Thank you. Because the essence is about being aware, tuning in with yourself, checking in with yourself, seeing what you need to release, seeing what you figuratively need to burn inside you, burn away, release, wash away. And just to come in tune with yourself is a wonderful opportunity to really go within. And all these rituals are great. So you mentioned about writing something down and burning it. I've done it a couple of times, once with you, done this activity, and I find it interesting how writing something physically and letting it go can have a certain effect on you. I know about certain other rituals, about drinking moon water, moon charged water, things like that. But very well pointed out that the significance of any ritual is to actually live it rather than doing it as a blind ritual. So I like that. So I would like to ask you, so I have done different guided meditations on different platforms for full moon, for new moon. I like to keep in tune with the moon cycles. I think you have also done something like this. There are so many full moon meditations available on YouTube of different lengths, some 10 minutes, some 30 minutes, some that will ask you to write something, some that will ask you to visualize something. So as somebody who practices it, somebody who has grown through your personal practice, through maybe learning from different places, can you just share some guidelines for our viewers about how they can go about their full moon practice? And by all means, if you wish to get into a space of actually guiding them in the moment, by all means do that. Or maybe you can share some steps that people can follow in their home.
One of the best ways to connect with this energy and also to meditate would be to go outside and connect directly with the moon, because we live inside the houses. We are not able to see it, right?
Yeah.
And we are able to connect with what we see. So basically we're staying inside a box, and not everybody is able to connect with what is happening outside, because a lot of things are happening in everybody's life, and in today's busy life, this whole thing of being able to connect with something which you are not able to see in the moment is difficult. So what I always say is that, and also I've come across people who say that they cannot meditate. You know, not everybody meditates. Whenever you talk about meditation, they're like, ah, मुझसे नहीं होता, I can't do it. Yeah, oh, I know it. मतलब मुझे पता है, मैं ये क्या सिखा रही हो. So meditation, and not everybody finds it interesting also. Like I tell about meditation to my brother so many times, but he's just not interested. It doesn't interest them. So one of the best ways to do anything connected to it is just go outside and take a walk under the moon.
Okay.
Spend some time with the moon. Look at the moon. Talk to it if you want to. You know, when you do that, actually meditation is what it's connecting, right?
Yeah.
So when you are doing it physically, you're able to connect with the energy on your own.
Yeah.
So when you are connecting, so inside it itself, the feminine, the moon energy has a calming effect. It has a cleansing effect. If you can just look at the moon for some time and ask for its healing energy, cleaning energy, look at the moon for some time, close your eyes, take both your hands, place it on your heart, and say that I allow your cleaning energy to clean me from inside and outside, and just stay there for 5-10 minutes, not more than that. It will calm your whole system. That is the best thing to do. Many people prefer to sit under the moon and meditate there. Even in that process, you just have to sit in silence with your your palms facing the sky, and if possible, if you can see the moon, well and good. Look at the moon, and if you cannot, just close your eyes and connect with the moon, and then just ask for its healing energy and visualize it cleaning you from your head to your toe, and then you will feel the energy in itself. Please be aware that while doing it, you are practicing awareness. You are letting the energy flow into each and every part of your body. Let it flow through it. Many a times I have found people, they say that मैंने तो meditation कर लिया, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं पता चला.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were just sitting and thinking about other things.
Yeah.
That is not meditation, you know. Meditation is not just closing your eyes and sitting and thinking, but it is actually being aware of your breath, of your senses, of your body. And when you are outside, you can actually feel that something is cleaning you, because you are outside. And if it's not possible to do it outside, you can sit wherever inside and do the same practice, but you have to then visualize it. You know, you have to be in your mind and look at the moon, and then just allow the energy to flow into it. And in case nothing of these are possible, there are many full moon meditations available on YouTube, which you can just listen to and then follow.
Awesome, lovely. Thank you so much, Tanvee. So you mentioned a few things here. You mentioned about being out in the moon, about kind of talking to the moon, addressing it, asking it to heal you, to give you its presence, to visualize if you are not able to be outside. And about the outside part, I really liked that you said that, because it's different when you're out in the full moon. It lights up the sky. It's like there is a big torchlight from up, and it feels like the moon's rays are blessing you. And I remember in the previous full moon's meditation on my channel, I'd also mentioned something like this. And by the way, I do have a few of these moon meditations on my channel, and I intend to cover every full moon, new moon. Each of them has a significance. So this full moon is called the micro moon. So super moon is when the moon is closest to us, so the effects are most amplified. Micro moon is when it's actually away from us. So each full moon has some significance, and I've been looking up on that as well. So, but however, you've shared so many different things that one can do. I think you mentioned journaling as well, reflecting, basically sitting with yourself. Very important is the awareness part, that whatever you're doing, like, be present, right, in whatever you're doing. And essentially that's what meditation is, and you touched upon that as well. So many techniques, right? Burning, doing moon water ritual, doing some kind of writing and burning. So many different things you can do. Can be a little bit overwhelming as well, but honestly you can do any of them, and you can pick and choose what you want. However, for the next full moon, I would like to invite Tanvee again, if you are able to make it, to actually do a guided session for us, and
Sure.
and actually lead our viewers step by step into doing some meditation, some visualization, some reflection, maybe give them some prompts. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you enjoy doing as well as are quite good at doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
so
can do that.
so it's been a wonderful conversation. I'm really glad that we were actually both able to contribute something or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been wanting to collaborate for a long time. We have made a video together about kombucha, but that's not been released yet. So this is the first time that we've actually collaborated. Been really nice. Hope we can do more of these. And any closing thoughts, anything that maybe you didn't mention, or anything that you would like to remind our viewers before we finish?
Yeah. I just want to remind people that we all are nothing but energy, okay? Everything is energy, living, non living, everything. Uh, and it's very important to always be aware of that, respect that, and connect with that. In today's world, people often forget, but it is very necessary to connect with nature. And be it the sun or the moon, both are very powerful sources of energy in our life. So, whenever you wake up in the morning, it's very essential to spend some time under the sun, because the sun energy, it 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 energizes you. Okay, it's the abundant energy which puts a lot of energy inside you. Many people think moon ka kya kaam hai, moon is useless. But the moon, on the other hand, has the healing and the cleansing part.
Hmm.
So, like you spend time under the sun, many health conscious people do, it is also important to stand or spend some time with the moon as well, because we all need that cleaning, healing energy. It is very important to connect with our emotions. Many people don't connect with their emotions, they are not able to connect. But it is an essential process of your well being. Just like we take care of our physical health, it's very important to take care of your mental health, of your emotional well being. And these kind of practices are very essential. It really empowers you in many ways. And full moon is a very powerful time to do these kind of practices. And just reminding about the practices, we spoke about the burning ritual. If you can't do that, then you can do your journaling as well. You don't need to burn all the time. It's just a way of releasing. But it's also okay if you are not able to do it. You just write down the things that are bothering you, and you can also write down the things that you want. I rather always say that write down the things that you don't want, and write down the things that you want.
Hmm.
And because it is a powerful time. When you know what you want, then it becomes more and more clear, because during this time you're able to feel everything more sharply. If you feel joy, you're feeling very joyous, and if you're feeling the opposite of it, you feel that in extreme form. So it's important to have that connection with yourself and be aware of it, spending time with this energy and being in connection with nature, because ultimately we all need to work in tandem with each other, and when we do it, when we are working in harmony, then there is more alignment in life and there's more harmony in your life as well. The quality of your life changes. So do give attention to it. It is not just, it's not superstition. Firstly, it is science. It is happening around you, and it is always good to connect. You do it once and then you can come back and comment if it made you feel any different, and I'm 100% sure it will.
Awesome, very well said. Thank you so much, Tanvee. And you touched upon certain things about the significance of being under the moon. And I just realized that many of these topics are not strictly scientific that you would be able to read in a science textbook. And this is this whole new space about, you can call it internal science. Maybe you don't want to call it science at all, because it's just a different, tuning into a different aspect of yourself. Science can be a little bit too, at a mind level, at a brain level. But there are certain things which account for a more complete life. You mentioned the mental, emotional benefits of it, or being able to attend that, and definitely there seems to be a very spiritual significance of being under the moon. And this touches upon a broader topic of emotional well-being, of spirituality. I think Tanvee has done a lot of external and internal investigation in this. It would be wonderful to hear more and more in the upcoming videos. You can check out her channel as well. It's called Tanvee's Melody Musings. She's a singer, she's got songs, she intends to have meditations, she's led live meditations with us. And really it's quite precious to have people like Tanvee who are able to guide us in certain areas that really require an intuitive connection that a science textbook cannot teach you. It's very important to have these live guides to be able to guide us closer to ourselves and towards a more complete us and a more complete life. So thank you once again. We'll end it for now, and I'm sure we will be collaborating much more, and you'll be hearing a lot more about this in different forms.
Thank you for having me. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a nice night ahead. Enjoy the full moon.
Thank you for joining. See you next time. Now what? Now we end the recording? How do we end the recording? This is my first YouTube live, so if you're here, we are trying to figure out how to end this now, okay? Okay, this is the way to end it. See you next time.